Michael Jai White. I just finished my interview with Hollywood Unlocked Uncensored. I know Jason for a while, so he's extended family. And so to be able to embrace him and see what he's doing, my boy Jason, he got this show, and that's really what it's all about to me.
What up, everybody? This is Jason Lee, and this is Hollywood Unlocked Uncensored.
And I'm Melissa Ford, a.k.a. the Curve Queen.
Your boy Giovanni. Hold on.
And we got the one and only Michael Jai White in the building.
Michael Jai White.
Yes.
I feel like I haven't seen you in forever.
Yeah, it's been a
minute,
while. Bro. But I'm proud of you, man. Seeing you doing your thing, man.
Yeah, we up here working. We had to create a space where people could say whatever the fuck they want.
I like that.
And you can say whatever.
There's no censorship zone in this building.
Got you.
Okay, so right now the whole Black Panther craze is going on, and I remember the first black.
Yep.
I don't want to say it wasn't an action hero. I would say, was that a comic?
Major comic book superhero in a major motion picture. Yeah, first one.
Yeah.
And I remember this is when I was discovering that I was gay, because I was like, damn, his body is amazing. But no, you played Spawn, but that was in 1997.
Right. It's a long time ago, 20 years.
Wow.
It's been 20 years.
It doesn't seem like that long ago.
It don't feel like that to me at all.
It doesn't.
You look exactly the same.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Black don't crack.
I mean, black doesn't
Unless
crack.
you're
And he's
using
also
crack.
a Scorpio, so Scorpio in the house.
Oh, yeah.
But he's much calmer than you are.
I used to be a lot crazier.
Oh, really?
Yeah. See, I'm a reformed Scorpio.
I'm
get it
reformed,
now. I get it.
So Spawn, okay, so for those that may not have remembered, of course I do, because I remember sitting at home watching it and being able to see a black man on television playing this character. I thought it was different than anything I had ever seen.
Right.
And so now when people are discovering Black Panther, they're like, oh, it's great that we see that. But we've seen it before.
Yeah.
What do you think with all the current craze around Black Panther? What do you think about it?
Man, I'm so proud of this movie. I go, I'm a little older, of course. So to me, this is look, it's like history repeating itself, not just because of the Spawn thing. It reminds me of when Sweetback's Badass Song came out, right?
Okay.
Say that
And
5 times.
that's the thing that started the whole blaxploitation era, because they did a movie that uplifted a downtrodden people, and they embraced the hell out of that damn thing. And so to me, this is just like that same thing. And they made a movie with powerful black images that we were starved for. And you see the result of it, right? So to me, it's like that history, because it's always been there. It's always been a great source of pride for us to see ourselves represented in a powerful way. So that to me is what it is.
And you're not talking about black what is it?
Blaxploitation.
Blaxploitation. That wasn't like, I'm gonna get you, sucker, was it? Is that blaxploitation?
Superfly.
Well, let me explain it a little bit, because this is one of the reasons why I did that movie, Black Dynamite.
I love
Oh my God, that movie was so awesome.
Well, thank you. But see, back in the day, there were these black action movies that uplifted us. We were strong, we were powerful, and they were so successful that they got exploited by Hollywood. Thus, blaxploitation. So when they first started out, it was no blaxploitation, nothing negative about it. It was just uplifting, powerful movies. Now, yeah, exactly. Yeah, but so imagine now you got Black Panther, right? And imagine Hollywood cashing in and making any kind of bullshit movie with a black, superhero character,
So then it makes a parody
Trash
out of it.
Can Man or something stupid like that, right? See, and then just keep trying to get in there. See, then that would be blaxploitation all over again. But it started as a legitimate movie. These movies that Jim Brown and Fred Williamson was doing, Three the Hard Way, the Mac, Superfly, Shaft. Those were not blaxploitation movies. Those were action movies, which were black heroes. In fact, Shaft was written as a white lead, but since Sweetback's Badass Song did so well, they changed it for it to be a black lead. So the blaxploitation, the exploitation thing came later.
They currently they're doing Superfly now. Shooting now. I'm like,
Yeah.
Like Director X is doing
that.
it.
My friend Director X is doing that.
And they're doing Shaft 2, which kind of not Shaft 2, where they're handing it down to his son.
He's Director X now?
Yes.
Is that Lil X?
It's formerly Little X, now Director X.
All right.
Yes, he's not little anymore.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Gotcha. I got
None of us are.
How did you come around getting that role with Spawn though? That was huge,
bro. Man, that I just went to a meeting, man. I mean, I'm serious. It was just like I didn't even know what it was. It was crazy. I went to this meeting. You know, my manager said they want to meet you about something. I had done the Tyson thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
and right. I was all set to do Mortal Kombat. So
I was gonna play Jax.
Yeah, I was supposed to play Jax in Mortal Kombat. Next thing I know, I got friends going, "Hey man, they sent me out to audition for your role in Mortal Kombat." I'm like, "What?"
Oh shit!
I'm like, what's up with this? And then the next thing I know, my manager calls and said, "Yeah, you're Spawn." I'm like, "What was that?" Now you mean that meeting I went to? Mm-hmm. And because I really didn't, I wasn't following comic books.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so then I found out it was a good thing.
Mm-hmm. Great,
but but it was kind of crazy.
See, one door closed and a bigger one open.
That's right.
But didn't you end up playing Jax? You ended up playing
eventually.
Jax.
I was supposed to do that, play that role 2 other times in 2 other movies, and it never happened because the first time I was supposed to play Jax, I ended up doing the Tyson movie,
right?
And then the second time, I ended up doing Spawn.
Damn, you do look like Tyson in Punch Out.
Do I?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Because the gap, his gap is not as big as Tyson.
The facial features.
No, it's there, like the whole the idea. The energy.
So, okay, some people see other things. I don't know.
I guess they got Jamie playing them now in the new one.
They've been saying
that for years.
They've been saying that. They say a lot of stuff, man.
You don't know until you see it.
Yeah. True.
Well, how'd you prepare for the role of playing Tyson? Because I mean, was he as enlightened as he is now?
God knows.
I know. That was what I was waiting for, that reaction.
you know, come on. This is when he was incarcerated, and that's when I played the role. And actually, they were really concerned because they said I didn't look anything like him.
Oh wow!
You know, so I mean, there was. I remember when I was auditioning for it, they had cats look just like the dude, man. I thought they sprung him one time because I saw this guy look just like him, and I was like, oh my God.
He got the role.
But maybe he wasn't a better actor, clearly.
Yeah, well, you know, that's what they say. But I mean, that was a great opportunity. And it's one of those things where, you know, it was a hell of a test for me because if I got that wrong, because, you know, it's one of those things where everybody knows who you playing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Usually when you playing a movie about somebody's life, they either dead or old.
Yeah.
But this cat is the same age as me.
Right.
So it's like if I got that wrong, people was like, you suck.
They just recently asked Snoop what he thought about people playing him,
yeah.
you know, and he's still alive. He's like, you know, it's a mixed feeling. Like I feel appreciated, but like, damn, don't fuck it up.
Right, exactly.
right?
Exactly. Yeah. So was it kind of like, it was a biopic, so was it unauthorized? I mean, I know he was behind bars, but how much interaction did, you know, HBO have with him? Telling this, and him telling the story?
None.
So how do you tell a man's story and not tell the man?
I went renegade on that.
Okay.
So, see, me and Tyson had a whole lot of friends in common, so you know, I would talk to him through friends, and sometimes we'd be on the phone while he's incarcerated. I went to Catskill, New York, where he was growing up, where he got the championship, and I knocked on the doorstep of the place where he grew up. You know, the group home folks,
wow,
and the people that were still living there, and you know, and I'm like, hey, this movie's going to happen,
yeah,
and you know, the people making the movie ain't caring about, you know,
input,
your side on it. So hey, you know, share with me so I can be as truthful as I can.
Right.
And so they you know, they accepted me with open arms.
Did you ever I'm sure you've run into Tyson since you did a
lot of times.
And so what was his reaction?
Well,
his good job. Because that could go either way.
No, it was real positive. You know, like I said, we had a lot of like mutual friends. So there's a mutual respect thing. Because, you know, he knows. I mean, you know, my best friend in the world is Frankie Lyles. He was super middleweight champion of the world. And he and Tyson, they fought on camps for years. And, you know, I knew Tommy Hearns. I was a fighter myself.
Right.
I trained with these people.
Right.
And so it's, you know, separation between, everybody knows Frankie ain't gonna be hanging with no sucker, so it just kind of was mutual.
You trained with Jean-Claude Van Damme too.
Yeah, I did.
Where is he?
Well,
I remember growing up, he was
Did he change his name?
No, it's Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Okay. I know, but I've been seeing this billboard on
Jean-Claude Van Johnson.
Okay. So I'm not smoking crack.
No,
okay.
That's a series he's doing. And and it's kind of loosely based on him. It seems funny as hell.
Right.
But Jean-Claude has a good sense of humor about himself.
Had me super confused.
And he's still doing them splits, man.
Right.
Yeah, man.
I wish I could do the splits.
I did 2 movies with this dude, and I mean he's a real likable cat.
Really?
Yeah, he's real. He's fun. He's funny. He's a real nice dude. Yeah.
So when I remember when the Jean-Claude Van Damme, the Jean-Paul Cologne came out, it was just a blue body. Right. For some reason, I thought that was him. I don't know. Okay,
Jean-Paul Gaultier, you mean?
Yeah.
Jean-Paul Gaultier.
Yeah. Whatever it is. I thought it was
no, not the same.
No, but I was a big fan of his because he was an action hero. I mean, back then we had, what's the other guy's name who got he got in trouble for touching girls?
Oh, you're talking about Steven Seagal.
Steven Seagal. Back in the day, those were the guys.
But Steven Seagal is somebody that you would kind of say your career was maybe mirrored off of, just because just the martial arts history background.
No, honestly, not to put it like this, but my career is more similar to Wesley Snipes than because I mean we do legitimate acting roles,
right,
and action,
right,
and so where. I mean, I've done legitimate comedies, and all that type of stuff where you don't see Jean-Claude Van Damme doing, or Seagal. They stay in that lane.
Yeah, that smoky eyed Seagal look range.
Well, yeah. So I mean,
but just from the martial arts aspect, because you've been doing martial arts since you were like 8 years old, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, and wow, you are still.
Yeah, you still can get,
and he's still married. So speaking of comedy. Why Did They Get Married was probably one of the few Tyler Perry movies I could say 1 and 2 that I've watched that I thought you were completely crazy in.
You can play a real unlikable person, and you play it well.
He wasn't unlikable in that movie.
No, I know, but
mixing me up. And I mean, which character did I play? Remember, I was married to Tasha, and she was the crazy.
Tasha was
right?
Yes.
Tasha was a damn mess.
Yes,
right.
I love Tasha.
No, just in general, your body of work is really you're.
But wait, let's talk about Why Did I Get Married really quick.
Sorry, because I'm all over the place.
Let me just say, I have a Jill Scott story because you didn't fuck over Jill Scott. That was another guy.
See, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people think I'm the guy that messed over Jill Scott.
No, because you were the guy that was. You guys were making it kind of like you guys were saying it was fucked up, but you were still supporting the bullshit.
Well, yeah,
because he had the girl there.
I was real immature. My character was kind of stupid.
You had a lot going on. You had a lot going on with Tasha, and then the other girl. But no, what I thought was, so I met Jill Scott. I'm gonna just tell the story real quick. Yeah. So, because I just have to know if it was me. I met Jill. David Banner's house, big fan of Jill Scott. I see her and I'm like, oh my God, that's Jill Scott.
Right.
So I go over to her and I said, don't want to bother you, but I'd like to take a picture. She was like, sure, not a problem. She didn't have makeup on. She was clearly not dressed.
Right.
She wasn't prepared for being photographed.
Right.
And people were saying, don't ask her, but she was very cool with it. So we took photos. She said, I just moved to LA. I said, oh my God, I would love to take you to lunch, if you want to connect me with your assistant. She was like, I got a phone. You can call me. So I called her.
That's Jill.
I don't think she thought I was gay though, because she thought I was playing with her.
I think I know where this is going.
And I was just like, I want to have lunch, but like, what's up? And she was just like, all you niggas ain't shit out here, blah, blah, blah. Don't call me no more. I think Jill Scott thought I was trying to date her or something. I don't know, but how was she to work with? Was she nice?
See, that's the thing. Jill is so just down to earth. Like Jill is so not like a celebrity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that's what's confusing about her with other people, because when you sing, you're elevated to people because you're touching their hearts, you know? Mm-hmm. And so they make you into a deity. But Jill is just real down to earth, and she likes some brothers with some meat on them. Yeah. So that might happen. You know, I know Jill's taste.
Yeah, I didn't have the gay conversation with her, but I could tell in how she was responding. I think she thought that I wasn't interested in her. I don't know, but Jill, I love you. I still play you to death. I don't have your number anymore, but call me. Maybe we can go.
Yeah, I mean, Jill's the type of person.
Shopping.
I mean, I'm telling you, Jill. Basically, you could walk up to her door. I mean, this is her old place, but is the height. You know, I mean, she's huge, but you could just walk up and just knock on her door. Yeah, you know, just like it's just a regular house. She didn't live above her means. She's just so down to earth. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, I love that. You know? I liked her. Yeah. Okay, so you and Tasha in the movie.
Oh man,
how did the whole relationship with Tyler Perry come together in that role? Because I don't think anybody else could have played it but you. Because you two together were just
that
hilarious.
Whole second cell phone shit.
Oh, thank you,
man.
No, the other thing you can relate to is the STD. No, because we've been open about having caught an STD before.
Those two.
No,
those two.
We back in my heyday.
I will say this: watching your role in that, it reminded me a lot of myself.
Oh,
a nigga.
Okay.
But go ahead.
Well, any history? Tyler and I were friends well before the movie. Mm-hmm. I helped him out with the first deal with House of Pain before it went on the air. You know, he did a 10-episode test thing. Mm-hmm. Now, you know,
that's what really like.
And nobody ever saw those.
Right.
That just went to the network.
Okay.
And then, you know, he got the deal off of that. But me and Tasha, well, it's crazy because Tasha was a friend of his and so was I. And he put us together for the movie. Mm-hmm.
And you two were friends.
Yeah, we were friends.
You guys dated?
Yes. You know, see, you're good. You can read through all that type of but yeah, and Tasha and I dated back in the day. Mm-hmm. But, you know, we were going to, you know, kind of keep that secret in a way because it was like, you know, hey, we already knew we had chemistry, right? And so we're going to play off of that chemistry that we always had, right?
Was there a third woman? Was there a second woman involved in your relationship with her? Meaning, did you cheat on her with another girl, or did you have another woman while you were? Meaning,
when I was with Tasha,
Meaning was art imitating
life. I cheated on everybody at that time. Are you kidding me? Like there was no.
You're Geo's spirit animal right now.
But what it wasn't even cheating because it was just, you know, everything.
It just was what it was.
How long ago was it?
I was it was what it was. I mean, we was having a good time.
Yeah,
you know, I didn't lie to people. You know, I was like, I was here, I was there, I was over there, and nobody was complaining. Put it that way. Nobody was complaining. You know, I wasn't, you know, I didn't lie to nobody.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you and Tasha got together for the film, you guys didn't reveal that you all had this past before you got.
Well, that was the plan. That was the plan till
Tasha can't keep no damn secret.
Till I swear, I walked on set one day, right? And I ran into, first I said hi to Sharon Liu. Mm-hmm. Hey, Sharon, how you doing?
She's beautiful.
Yeah.
I said, how you doing? And Sharon goes, I'm good. And I was like,
uh-oh.
What was that about? And I said, hey to Janet. You know, hey, Janet.
Wait, Janet Jackson.
Janet, yeah. And, you know, how you doing today? I'm good. And I'm like,
what's going on here?
I went straight to Tasha. I said, Tasha, did you say anything? She went, yeah. And so she reported all our past or whatever. She was just like, yeah, we was doing some girl talk and I just had to.
Girl talk. They know everything. Everything.
So that's what happened. And it was funny because, you know, women don't, they
we
just
don't
show
hold
on
back.
Their face.
Yeah. No, we don't.
Women talk with their face.
Yeah.
Wait, so so when you're doing a movie, because you've done multiple projects, but a movie like that the chemistry is just so good.
Yeah.
How does the cast come together and get that type of chemistry?
Well, hopefully everybody does. I mean, me and Tasha really worked at this in a certain way, not only because we had it, in the past, but we tried to, these were caricatures almost, right? Mm-hmm. So we had to really craft something that made sense, that there was something that we understood our connection.
Okay.
Or we just playing some damn clown shit. Mm-hmm. And we didn't want to do that, so it worked out because then the series came out of it. Mm-hmm. Because we really, even though we was amped up, we was playing something that was real, and people, reminded people of the people that they knew.
Mm-hmm. How was it working with Tyler? Did he give you guys the latitude to develop your characters, or was he a micromanager?
No, man. Tyler let us do our thing, really. I mean, honestly, in a big way. I swear, in the first movie, do you know, I was supposed to just be a hairdresser. I was just supposed to be a barber, right? I improv something. And I said something in an early scene in the first movie. I said, you wasn't saying that when I was playing football, when I was playing professional football. That wasn't written. I just said it.
Those moments.
And Tasha went with it and was like, touchdown.
You always say yes.
We talk shit. Yeah. And so then later on, that just built out of that. And guess what? What is the whole series about?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Later on, years later, we do 6 seasons of a series where, I'm this, former football player who now is a commentator. That's just because of our collaboration and, just being in the moment. So, that was something beautiful. We were working with friends and we were just, collabing.
Okay, speaking of Janet, Miss Jackson, if you're nasty. Okay, so I used to hang out with Don Robinson from In Vogue, and one day we heard that Janet was going to be at the W doing something like an after party kind of thing, but like a really low key friends and intimate thing. So we booked dinner at the restaurant. So we go there, see Janet. What was interesting to watch with Janet is that all the celebrities that they formed a line for people to meet her.
Yeah.
Michael had just passed away not too long ago, and there was this line of celebrities to meet her. And so I get up there, and I had drank a lot because I was nervous. And she goes, "Hi, very nice. Hi, how are you?" And I said, "I love Catherine." That's all I said to Janet.
Wait.
Meaning her mother?
Her mother?
Yeah, because she's like, that's the queen of it all.
Yeah.
And she was just like, hi. And Don was like, please excuse my friend. Just move out the way. They had their moment. But weren't you on set with her when Michael died?
Yeah.
How was that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think we paused filming for a minute, or we pushed it back if I can remember. But yeah, it was an interesting time. Yeah. Right when yeah, that's right. I was definitely on set. Yeah.
So like, because Michael Jackson's not just someone's brother. I mean, that's like mega star Michael Jackson.
Well, he's the most famous person who ever lived. I mean, there's no argument to that. I mean, people from 5 to 90 knew who he was, and you can't say that about nobody in the world who ever walked the planet.
Trust me, I'm from Gary, Indiana. Yeah, born and raised. So I met Michael and Janet a few times, and trust me, it hurt me. So I can imagine what she went through. How far along did you guys push back shooting?
I forget, man. It wasn't very long.
Okay.
Well, because she
felt
like a trooper. She went into it. She just she went to work.
Didn't she? I feel like on the second one, was it the second one he passed?
Yeah, it was the second.
Yeah.
And I think she had that big breakdown scene in the living room or something. I think.
Yeah,
he was there.
Believe me, I was there.
So yeah, and I think that's why I was like, yo, she really tapped in.
Well, possibly, yeah. I mean, it was one of those things where it's like she was going crazy. With the golf club, and my protective nature was like kind of thinking of, okay, let me make sure. I wanted to be closer to where that thing was swinging because I'm used to being able to block stuff real quick in case things went. But she kept it together. Well, within the scene.
And she didn't know at the time that her husband had AIDS, right? In that moment. Cause that movie was crazy.
Wait, no.
Like it was so.
Look at his face, bro.
Different movie.
What movie was that?
Different movie.
No. What movie was that? Wait,
that's a different movie.
No,
man,
she found out her boyfriend had AIDS in that
Not
movie.
in
Oh shit!
Malik Yoba
she
was her
fell in love
husband.
with The Rock at the end. I'm sorry. What movie was it that she found out
You
somebody
about
had?
the Omari Hardwick, the movie?
Yes.
Wait, what movie was that?
That Colored Girls.
There it is for
Girls.
Colored
Oh, well,
Girls.
shit, that was fucked up. That was fucked up.
Damn, man.
Listen, Mike died in that one, and then she caught AIDS in another. But it was all fucked up either way. That was my point.
You got some of that ginkgo biloba water?
I think I sipped a little too much of it.
You caught me because I was like, what? Like, wait a minute.
No, started thinking like, didn't
but there was a lot going on in that movie with all those different people. Sharon not giving up the cootie cat. Jill Scott losing all the weight and getting the other boy,
and actually, the Angela and Marcus didn't have any real problems.
Your wife containing her mouth was a problem. The dinner scene where she just put all the business out.
That was in the first movie.
Yeah, that was just.
But the second movie, we was like,
Everything's
Yeah,
known.
me and Tasha was like, we really don't have no problems in this movie. Everybody else does.
Yeah.
You know, but it's all good.
I love Tasha.
Will there be a third one?
I'm the wrong person to ask.
Because when The Rock showed up, I said, "Oh, I see where this movie's going."
Yeah, when The Rock showed up in the last movie, I was like, "Run, brother, run!" Because it's like, wait a minute, Janet Jackson's character, she didn't buckle the baby, and she just killed her husband, and ran him out, and then
She low key did kill her husband.
But The Rock.
then tell everybody fix it. I'm like.
Oh,
Okay. And then it's like, there's The Rock, and it's like, brother, you needs to
get out of here.
Yeah.
Right.
So the other day, you and I did an exchange about the Outlaw Johnny Black project. Explain that. What is that?
Well, in the Black Dynamite universe, I'm launching my own thing, and I'm doing it with the crowdfunding type of thing. So I had six offers to fully finance this movie, and I said no. I want to do this with the crowd. So if I can do this, right, this template that I set up for this crowdfunding, foundation and this campaign can be used over and over. So we can start having control of our movies.
Yeah.
So because of the Black Dynamite universe, reached and
It was huge.
Yeah. And even
Cult
it was in 50 theaters in France by itself.
Wow.
And different countries name the movie different things. So cast out to have these giveaways and all these interactive things with the fan base and get them involved, right? So getting the money up that way, so I can do the movie that I want and deliver movies that I want to deliver to my fan base. So it's like, my thing is, if you want to check it out, it's www.outlawjohnnyBlackmovie.com. And get involved, and or you hashtag going outlaw.
So did you write it?
Yes, I did.
And this is a character.
Yeah, and you would not believe we have 2 Oscar winners who want to be a part of the movie.
Really? Who?
You
can't tell us.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell that a little bit later on. But we just started the campaign like yesterday.
Okay.
And so it's building up.
How much are you raising?
We're raising about $1 million, $1 million to $2 million. But the movie's gonna be done no matter what. Right. So what we're doing is we're gonna match whatever the crowd base puts out. We're gonna match it
Because you have a certain time period to raise it, right?
Yeah, we're gonna do this for 30 days, and so there's gonna be we got our own like this. This is Outlaw Johnny Black, our own whiskey.
Now, who is Outlaw Johnny Black? Tell him.
It's me. It's
That's
kind of he resembles the brother from Black Dynamite. You know how like say Jim Brown would do in a new movie, he'd be Slaughter or he'd be Slade in another movie or whatever. Well, so it's kind of similar like that, but. Man, the people that's down with this movie already, you would not believe.
But you have enough friends to just text the link and get the money if you wanted to.
Basically.
But you're putting it out to the fans.
But let me tell you, because if the fans are involved,
if they're invested,
right,
they feel good.
Then wherever it's hot with them, I'm bringing it to them. I'm not going to deal with a studio to say, we're going to put it in here.
Exactly.
No, I don't
You'll be
even
able to
want
control the
deal with that.
distribution.
You know what I mean? I know, if I wrote the movie, I wrote the movie for my people, right? And I know how to reach my people. The only reason that Black Dynamite existed, and was successful is because of word of mouth. Because every time people find out about it is because somebody told them.
Right.
It wasn't because the studio knew how to market the damn thing.
Did you put the money
didn't.
up for Black Dynamite, or did you
No,
get investors?
no, I didn't. See, which is something I learned. Now, there's a lot of very powerful movies that the movies that I got for the last half of the year. There's some real strong movies that would never get done. During the Hollywood system, stuff that we really want to see. So I mean, in the same vein of this kickstart with Black Panther, there's a lot of we want uplifting and powerful imagery, and this is something that I've been on for a while, and I've been playing this chess game all over the world, doing movies. Like in 3 days I go do my 3rd movie in Romania. I'm doing stuff in Russia and all that type of stuff. I'm doing all of this to put it all together and to have the worldwide appeal. And so my whole thing is to bring it back and then be able to, uplift other people, get behind their movies and do it worldwide, because our culture is the only culture emulated worldwide. I don't care if I'm flipping channels in China. I'm looking at young Chinese kids imitating hip hop.
That's true.
I'm in Romania in the clubs, and I swear I got this on my phone. I got video of this. People in Romania, right? Which
Crip walking.
No, it's worse than that. You know what they doing in the clubs? They flicking napkins.
They're making it rain
with napkins.
Oh my God!
They need to knock it off.
I got it on the phone. I got video. I'm like, nobody gonna believe.
No, you know what's interesting on Hollywood Unlocked? We just posted these 3 Asian boys singing the Dream Girl song.
And
they were killing it.
Yeah.
But everybody was like, "Oh my God, it's amazing!" I'm like, "That's our song."
Yeah. So you think our culture, being all over the world, is and our movies don't.
I mean, I was watching.
Come on now.
In Black Panther, I heard like Chinese trap. Chinese trap music was played in the soundtrack of the movie, like in the score. It was kind of fresh though.
But I watched the actor, the star of Black Panther, talking in an interview with somebody about. He was talking to the Today Show.
Chadwick Boseman?
I was watching in Australia. He was saying that he found it so crazy because they were asking him like, did you imagine the success of this movie to be this big? And he said, I am shocked at how people don't believe black films can be this big.
Right.
Well, see,
or that we can play these roles.
Man, it's the messaging, bro. It is the messaging. It's like this. They try to say black films don't sell overseas. All right? The truth is, the way you frame it, most films that we make are comedies and dramas, right? Guess what? Most white films are comedies and dramas. So it's just like saying black on black crime. Well, most white people commit crime against other white people, but you don't hear white on white crime. It's the framing. So the most white movies are comedies and dramas. So and they don't sell overseas.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
So you can
It's
say
the
most
omission of
white
facts.
movies don't sell overseas if you wanted to say that. But what it is action. There's no black action movies that don't sell overseas. I'm living proof of that. I'm living proof. I'm in, there's Russians that go, and I say, I mentioned Denzel Washington, and I'm going, and they don't know who he is. I'm like, are you kidding me? But when you think about it, it's like, that's right. They have their own dramatic actors. They have their own comedians
stars,
in all these other countries. Why are the only foreigners that we know Jackie Chan, Jet Li, Jean-Claude Van Damme? Who else do we know from the countries?
Jason Statham.
Helen Dane.
Hip Man.
Yeah. Who else do we know from those countries?
Dame Mirren.
We know them because
Helen Mirren?
Whatever.
Helen Mirren.
She's
Red
a
and Red too.
She's a foreigner.
She's a foreigner, and
No.
she's been in action movies.
but
He's like, wait,
But no,
not really.
Not really, but she has.
But she's not really. I mean, she's
not an action
she's
hero.
Speaking English.
Yeah.
She's speaking English. She's speaking better English than we. But I'm saying you don't know anybody else from China.
Yeah.
You know Jackie Chan. You know Jet Li because action films are worldwide.
Right.
That's why I'm doing a movie in Romania and I'm doing movies in Thailand and all this stuff because they know who I am because I kick people in the head and that translates. You know what I'm saying?
Kick people in the head.
Yeah. So that's what it is. So that's why Wesley Snipes movies have always
Done
made
very well,
money.
yeah.
And that's why Steven Seagal has still done movies and movies that you don't even see open in theaters there. They're opening in theaters in other countries, right? So that's what is happening. So it's the framing of it.
Yeah.
There's no black action movies that don't make money. So this happened to be a black action movie because they had the nerve enough to make it. It would have always made money.
But when you have this is what frustrates me about black filmmakers though, and then this I think adds to like the narrative that I don't even want to say the narrative, just the ability for people to feel welcomed into a debate over black film. Like when Tyler Perry comes from living in a car, homeless, dude ain't got shit but a dream and makes it. And I tell you, I had every Madea video that existed and watched them probably 1,000 times each. To be able to go from there to where he is and then have Spike Lee come and try to diminish his success by saying that ain't real black film.
Oh, yeah.
And then John Singleton do the same about the Tupac film. It's just like we can all be critics to ourselves and with each other, but like I feel like
But let's not air our dirty laundry.
it's like when you
thing.
growing up in your house.
Yeah.
Thank you. I say, hey, don't argue in front of the children.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Keep that under wraps.
Yeah.
Man. I mean, personally, that's my feeling, man. I think it's ugly to do that, but we've been taught to hate ourselves so much
and hate each other.
Yeah, it just goes so deep, man. Like, look, and it really shows in our art forms. I mean, you think about it. Nature of a lot of early black comedy was "You so black, your mama this, your mama that," right?
The dirty
Because
dozens.
because it was like, hey, we're at each other, and no other nationalities were doing that. Rap was like, I'm better than you, I'll kill you, I'll do this, I'll do that, you ain't shit. I'm the man, blah blah blah, because it's reflecting some of the attitudes that was happening, and it's because it's just reflecting what we. The self-hatred we kind of came up in. And so, it's going to take a minute to get rid of that, and when we actually start, it's like people keep talking about this white supremacy. It's not the white supremacy from the white people. It's the white supremacy that you start believing yourself. And you think that you're less than and you don't deserve things, and you sabotage your own success. That is the main white supremacy that we have to deal with. The stuff that resides in us, thinking that the white water is better. Back in the day.
I've gone on to say that I feel like, and I know people are going to be upset when I say this, but I feel like more black people have tried to hold me back than white people.
Absolutely.
Not to say, and that's not to say
Brother.
racism is not real. I'm
Right.
just saying that I've had more white people say, I support that. I believe in. This is amazing. Then and then black people saying you shouldn't do that because this, or you can't
Crabs
do
in a
that
bucket.
because of that.
But let's look at let's look at where this comes from, because strangely it comes out of love, and it's not even just okay. Back in the day, I mean, we all do things that we've seen, right? I don't care what somebody tells you to do. We do what we've seen. Like people, not to just be sound racist, but there are certain cultures, right? There's things in Italian culture that people learn. There's things in Jewish culture that they learn from the older ones, like the guilt thing and whatever. And all. But now, but look at us. Well, like just a few generations ago, hey, you ain't nothing but a nigga. Don't go thinking that you good. Whatever. Our old folks said that. You know why? Because somebody who said, "Hey, I'm going to look this white man in the eye. I'm going to get an education."
And you get killed
Those
for that.
people were hanging from a tree, and so they tried to keep you alive by saying, "Boy, you don't go thinking that you any better than anybody else. You ain't nothing but a nigga. You keep your head down
As a form of protectionism.
and love."
Yeah.
Okay,
yes.
but we keep doing what we've seen,
Right.
But we're not dismantling the fact that the times have changed,
Right.
You know what I mean? So it just comes, I don't want it to come from a place of self-hatred. It came from a place of love, but we keep doing it as a knee-jerk reaction.
Yeah.
And we got to check. I even have to check myself because I realize, as conscious as I am, there was a time where there could be an actor who's contemporary with me that would fall upon hard times, and there was part of me that celebrated. And I till a part.
And Gabrielle Union spoke about that.
Yes, yeah,
that
being a
essence,
mean girl.
yeah.
But like, we got to start with ourselves and go, I'll be damned. And I hated that part of me,
Right.
Yeah.
Because I knew it was conditioning,
Right.
from some way back,
Right.
And so I fought against that, and I can't stand it, and I don't have that in me anymore.
Yeah.
I love.
See
I
people
mean, I
win.
will. I'm going when I leave here.
Yeah.
I'm doing a post to celebrate Netflix. What is it? Luke Cage.
Oh, okay.
I'm doing a post to up that.
Right.
To help promote that. And that's a lot of people go, "Oh man, Luke Cage, I wish you would have been." No, I'm getting behind that, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm eradicating that bullshit from my life.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna uplift everybody I possibly can.
What would you credit as your, the process of your, personal evolution? Because I would have thought that, just, having done martial arts since you were 8 years old, that teaches you a certain kind of discipline, but off air, we were talking about, anger issues you used to have in your youth and how you seem so zen now. But so what would you say and credit as, what moved you in the direction of growing past your rage, your anger, your selfishness, your maybe even self-hatred or whatever the case is? What would you credit with?
Yeah, just
having done that?
My eyes being open and finding out the true reasons behind
Any
things.
mentors that kind of led you down that path?
Well, I had to do it myself.
Right.
Really, I had to dig down, and and I wanted to be my best self. And I realized a lot of my anger, like a lot of people, and plus I was a school teacher beforehand.
Really?
And I used to teach this and maybe
What grade though?
I was just about to ask that.
sixth, seventh, and eighth grade.
Ooh, that's the
Want to
worst
kill
age.
them little kids.
Yeah, but I was a
Badass kid.
Yeah, I was a badass kid, so I understood them. They couldn't fool me.
Right.
I've been on my own since I was 14.
Yeah.
I've been through
Same.
stuff that looks, just like it's movie worthy.
Bushwick, Brooklyn.
and that would just be called Wednesday.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But really, when it came down to it, is I look at it like this. I compare it to a traffic jam. Okay. You can be in the traffic jam and you be pissed off. Why? Because you don't know what caused it, right? First time you ever pissed off about anything, you ask yourself, what the fuck is going on? Why is this? How did she? Everything starts with a question.
Right.
Everything. You don't know what's causing the traffic jam. But when you get up, ahead of it, and you see the car overturned, are you mad anymore?
No, you feel sorry.
No,
you, feel bad.
you know what caused it. You're not mad anymore. And how many traffic jams do you have to be in before you realize it's not a conspiracy against you?
True.
So we can get in a traffic jam right now, and we can choose to be mad about that shit.
Right.
Right? Or you can go, there's a good reason from this. I'm going to turn on the radio. I'm going to call so-and-so. You can do anything you want. But so I use that analogy every time if I'm,
It's almost like the Serenity Prayer.
well, if I'm angry about something, there's something I'm missing. I go, what? Let me think about this. Now, hey, when I just occupy myself with the answer, I usually find the answer, and I just think that is something that changed a lot.
Yeah,
I
mean, like I was telling Jason before you came in, and I was telling you when I first met you, and like when you came in, you said you're a reformed Scorpio. Reformed Scorpio. I met you at Zen Lounge about 3-4 years ago.
Okay.
And I also have a cult classic character by the name OG Bobby Love. And at this time, I believe Black Dynamite was just taking off. And I said, yo, this may be the guy that helps me get this script off the ground because he understands cult classic character-based films like Pootie Tang or Anchorman, all that.
Pootie Tang, I remember those days.
I came up to you, nervous as shit. You was standing up there, man. You had this like kind of chain around your neck, original choker days. And I said, yo, Mike, man, love Black Dynamite, man. I got this script I would love to hopefully get your opinion on. And the look you gave me, I could still see it in my mind. And I just walked away, felt so defeated. I went home.
Maybe it was Spawn that you were talking to.
No, that was in the 90s. But I say all that to say, I don't get that vibe from you no more. Like you say, you was probably lit that day. You was probably having a bad day. You was probably irritated how small the place was and it was packed.
Let me tell you something. Let me offer this. And man, I tell you, this is something that it's going to be, I have to give up. Fact is, my looks sometimes do not reflect what's going on inside. I swear to you, there are like candid photos of me where I'm like,
wow, I look
God
so big.
damn, why do I look like that? You know what I mean?
Super intimidating.
I'll be thinking about something. I could be thinking about something, and my wife really helps me out a lot. Because she's like
fix your face,
Fix your
baby.
face.
she'd be like, do you know how you just respond? And I'm like, oh shoot, like that happens a lot.
Yeah.
Like I could be thinking like, okay, I could be listening to you, but sometimes there's an assigned image that's connected with me, and I'm not thinking about it because people see
you're intimidating just in general.
There,
I mean,
yeah.
you are.
but it like
I've even been
like I'm telling you, like, okay, look at like my this is a relaxed face.
That's his resting bitch face.
Yeah, I'm like,
well, brother, that was the same goddamn face I saw.
but see, like, ask me what I'm thinking about.
Unicorns
Black
cherry
and
pie.
Dynamite.
Be like, smile, Michael.
I'm thinking about cats playing with yarn. You know what I mean? But honestly, like, I swear, in my heart, I don't think that way.
Got you.
In my heart, I want to help everybody.
Yeah.
I'm, I don't hear very well, and that's another thing. I don't know what I don't remember what the situation is, but I know without a doubt, I never feel ill about somebody coming to me talking about their dream. I never have felt that way in my life.
And I'm glad we talked it down.
And I'll say,
but I do give it up that I look like an asshole.
Well, I will say,
I look at I've seen my own pictures and be like, God damn, I'm mad as hell.
Yeah. Well, I'll say every time that I've met you, you've been cool to me. I mean, we've always had a.
I said he wasn't cool.
No, but let me say, there was we hung out years ago. I'm going to bring it all the way back.
I know. You know, Claudia's. You was Claudia's friend, and
we were really
dinners
close.
That
then.
we had. Yeah,
we had Thanksgiving dinner. All of us, a bunch of people.
Yep.
The next thing on the internet, y'all are having an affair from a party that I was at.
Exactly.
That I knew wasn't true.
Right.
Where we were literally all in the same room the whole night, but you didn't. You chose not to go and address it all on Instagram, and you didn't do all of that. Why? Because it's hard. Because I mean, like I always go with Melissa. Sometimes I think she responds to people's bullshit at times. And I even found myself responding to things at times. And so we have conversations about...
I mean, like, nobody's exempt from, feeling like the sting of, an accusation. People that
don't know.
Exactly.
Brother,
exactly.
You don't realize you were front and center the first time Claudia ever told me about Facebook. I didn't know what y'all were doing.
I know.
It was the strangest thing. I came over. I'm just simple. I'm just simple. I don't even think anything. I don't think about me being an actor. I'm just hanging.
Very down to earth.
Claudia is like a little sister, like a little cousin to me. And I've always been, fighting for her, telling her like to focus and, study, and helping her, for like, like auditions and things like that.
And she knows your wife.
Yeah, and to me, he's an extension of, he's family too. Like, so I remember one time I came over, me, I'm standing at the stove, just, I don't even put nothing in the plate. I'm standing over the stove eating stuff.
Yeah.
But somebody said something. Bernadette was there. Somebody said something, and then they said, say that again. And everybody pulled out their phones. And somebody repeated themselves. And I was like, what the hell is going on? and I was like, I demanded
an explanation.
And y'all started explaining to me about the whole Facebook thing.
Social media.
In social media, Claudia sat down and said, oh, see, I'm going to pull up your name. And she went, I said, what? There's nothing negative about you.
Yeah.
And I was like, is there supposed to be? And she was like, read my stuff. I was like, damn. That was the introduction into that whole thing.
Yeah.
And so you understand, I didn't even know.
Yeah.
And I go, oh, somebody's saying that me and Claudia is having an affair? Well, that sounds silly. Well, they're stupid to believe that. Give me some more turkey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Your wife, wait.
I didn't think anything about it.
Yeah.
What your wife? What was the response from your other half at the time?
At the time, we actually the next day.
No,
we took a picture
to get with Claudia,
her and Claudia at our house.
I remember that.
And we like smirked like.
That's how you.
But can I just tell you, like, I called Claudia. I was like, because see, the thing I just saw Claudia recently at an event, and she just walked in the door. Before she walked in the door, I said to Melissa, where's Claudia? Because I know she should be in here taking pictures of herself. Because we all know Claudia is the selfie queen. She walked in. I said, I just asked Melissa where you were at because I told her you were going to take pictures. She put out her phone. She goes, I haven't yet, but now I am. She started taking pictures. But I remember when I saw that picture of you all, I was like, did she really? Because you didn't know about social media, but we knew about the drama of it all. I'm like, did she really go over there and have to get a picture with the man and his wife? And then she was on. It was like you could tell y'all were just like, we're good.
Right.
Did you feel all of that was weird to have to even do all that?
I still to this day, social media wise, I'm like kind of,
distance yourself.
Yeah, I mean, it's I just got to be me. Like, my wife is more adept at it, and I got more, I guess, open with it because she would post stuff about us and everything else. And at first, I was like, "Why are you telling people our business?" But she was saying happy stuff, right?
Yeah.
So. Then I started posting kind of to back her up and stuff. Then people started like, a post I did went viral. And I'm like, God damn, man, what? But, now there's folks that's, we're writing books on relationships and stuff like
that's
that.
Awesome.
Aww.
So it's
but she's
cool.
a doctor, right?
No. She's not doing that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I remember like as you're one of the few people that don't have a lot of dirt. And I just felt like sometimes social media, and I'm learning now, being more out in the public and doing things that I was telling my friend the other day who was talking about getting reality TV. I said, the minute you decide to be in the public, you have to just accept what comes with that.
With it, yep.
Yeah.
And have no control over it. Especially women. I feel like a woman nowadays, she could take a picture with a man later. Tonight we're going to 50 Cent's party. She's going to be dating 50 tomorrow.
Yeah. And I'm allegedly 42 now.
Well, no, that's definitely questionable. Well, listen, Mike, I'm glad that you came up here. What else do we want to tell the people, and where can they go again to see your projects? That you're promoting now?
There's I'm official Michael Jai on Instagram, hashtag Michael Jai White. On the other stuff, the real Michael Jai White at Facebook. I'm proud of myself for knowing these things. Because usually I look at my wife and go, "Can you tell them what this?" But definitely follow me as hashtag Going Outlaw or www.outlawjohnnyBlackmovie.com and get involved. You can, people can get parts on the movie.
I'm looking at the
I got the link. You sent me the link. I'm going to share that link on Hollywood Unlocked. Share it on mine, and hopefully, it's good to see people taking control of their own stuff. Like Hollywood Unlocked, we got Floyd's support and all of that, but we created this thing and we control it. And I was saying to somebody yesterday who was offering me an opportunity, I said, this is how we started the meeting, and Jerusalem was there. I said, I have no interest to kiss your ass, and I have no interest to waste my time. If this is going to work, let's talk about the business, let's get down to it, and let's do it. But I have because whatever's going to happen is going to happen. It's already written. Now, if it's not going to happen with you, it's on its way. But I just want to speed up this process. And he was like, I'm from New York. I want to get the deal done. I'm like, okay, cool.
I love that. But see, you've always been this dude, man.
Asshole.
That's what. No, you've been honest, man. And as I get older, man, it's like there's not many people I really embrace unless people are coming from the same kind of place. You know what I mean? And and I respect you, and I'm super proud.
Appreciate that
to see you doing your thing, and that's like one of the main things that brings me here, man. I love that you've been courageous, you've been transparent, open, and just been a hell of a spirit, man.
I appreciate that.
So I really embrace that, man.
Still an asshole, though.
Gio, remember that every show. You get to sit here. You get the privilege to sit with this courageous spirit every day.
You said contagious?
That's you.
Right, Mike, you have definitely lit a fire under this motherfucker's ass.
No, listen, he just said everything you already know.
Oh, God.
No, but thank you, Mike. I appreciate you coming.
Yes,
and
thank
don't be
you
a stranger.
so much.
And wait, one more thing. Did you heard what he said? You can get a role in the movie, because last time we had Nick Cannon here, I asked him to be on Wild 'N Out, and I got casted, so I'm gonna have to go through those parts. So I'll just take a little part. You're an actor.
Okay.
I'm getting in that. It looks legit as fuck. Them chops and that stash.
Woo. Yeah.
All right, well, listen, we'll share the information, and appreciate you coming on and blessing us with your presence, and we're out. But weekend recap. I'm gonna just knock it out the park.
Yeah, because
I just got back.
Yeah, exactly. Australia.
Oh, gosh.
How did you like it?
Okay. Couple things. One, 14 hours on a plane. Ridiculously, insanely horrible.
Actually, 16.
Really?
No, it's 14 hours on the plane there. And when you get there, you've skipped a whole day. I mean, it's similar to when we went to Japan, but I did not like the flight at all. It was horrible.
That flight to Australia.
Really? Why?
One, I was sitting next to a friend of mine who was deathly afraid of heights, and so the whole way he thought he was going to die. So he kept praying the entire time, which was annoying. Then across the aisle is my other friend who I'm not going to say his name, and I did post him, but the video's deleted by now, so nobody will know who I'm talking about. But all he had on his mind was how many people he was going to fuck when he got to Sydney.
That's true.
I remember those days, 25, 27, maybe even around 30-ish. But like now that I'm 40, I'm not trying to fuck everything.
You know what? When I first went to Australia, I was touring with will.i.am, and I remember my homegirl hit me in my DMs and told me the most disturbing thing I ever heard in my life. And she said, bro, I know you're going to Australia. I just want to let you know that the legal age limit is 16. Okay, I said, why are you telling me this?
So I was at the bar and somebody brought that up.
As your eyes fucking dance.
I was like, why are you telling me this?
So did you fuck a 16-year-old?
No, at the time, I think I was like 20, 28. I did not.
Still inappropriate.
Of course, that's why I was like, why are you telling me this? She was like, I just want to let you know, because those girls out there, they're 16, but they look grown as fuck.
So I'm at the bar, and the guy's pouring me a drink, and he looks extremely young. So I said to him, how old are you? And he says, I'm 18. And I go, what are you doing in the club? He was like, well, we can work in the clubs at 18 out here. And I said, okay. I said, so what's the legal age of consent for sex? And he said 16. I didn't even know how to take that. So I looked at my friend and I said, can you believe that? And he goes, yeah. I go, but if you have sex with a 16-year-old in Australia and you're American, is it illegal? And he said, no. But why would you even do that? What would y'all do?
Why do you think a whole bunch of dudes go over to countries like Thailand and shit like that?
Because they want to fuck with them trannies.
Because they want to fuck kids. You know what I'm saying? Where there's this whole just industry related to having sex with underage minors. It's fucking disgusting.
And it's
I'm
expensive
judging.
as shit over there.
I'm judging.
Okay, well, I will say that in Australia, we went out there. I didn't know it was like this big thing called Mardi Gras, which was like a really, really big gay weekend. So I get there, but apparently my friend knew. So we get there, and I mean, it's gay people everywhere, which I love my people. But what I love about the Australian movement in the gay community is, one, it's like super, how can I say it? It's not as all over the place out here. It's in a real centralized area, but they're far more aggressive than we are. Like, a motherfucker walked up and put his hand in my drink.
Oh,
What?
And I was like, excuse me, sir, I'm going to let you walk away because you really don't know. It could go left. So then he turns around and he tries to put his tongue in my friend's mouth.
Oh,
So I'll say that was the first and last time that I actually partied while I was there. But I did go to Bondi Beach. I did, get to see Sydney and spend time with people. I ran into friends of David's, and so we kicked it. And
did you go see some koalas?
I didn't, because it was like an hour away. And, for me, I'm not going to sit in a truck and go an hour one way to go see a koala bear and then an hour. I can Google it.
I hear that.
You was in Perth, Brisbane, Sydney.
I was in Sydney, but I will say I will never travel to Australia or any other country like that again without a real strong plan. Like, I'm going to, like an itinerary. I'm going to do, because I felt like sometimes I was just sitting in a hotel, like, fuck it. I did not want to do shit, because what am I going to do? I did go shopping. I went to Gucci, got me some shit.
Got a budget.
I mean, I spent a little bit, but I got out, but I didn't really get to, like, we didn't see rainforest. I don't even know if they have a rainforest, but I didn't see anything like that. I went to Bondi Beach and a bar and a club.
You need an Australian as a tour guide.
Well, David was supposed to be there, and he came a day late because he flew 30 hours from UK.
David would not be the one that you want to be your tour guide because he's too self-involved. Love you, David.
Well, I did have a person that did offer to take me around. They did take me around to some places, but then, after we did the Bondi Beach thing, and I honestly, I was ready to get home and work. I enjoyed the trip. Coming back, the plane ride was terrible. It was so much turbulence in the air, and the whole way back he's sweating and praying. I'm like, I can't. I can't.
That's me, because I'm terrified of fucking flying.
But he got rude with me, like the first time it started shaking, he like attacked me. So every time he fell asleep, I kept waking him up. Hey, nigga, I think it's going down.
Oh shit.
You're
Nah.
such a dick.
And he got really upset. But nonetheless, Australia is beautiful. I will say that
Gorgeous.
If you don't like white men, not to say that you shouldn't like white men or black men, but if you don't like white men, go to Australia, because you will definitely have a change of mind.
And it's super expensive over there, but the minimum wage is high, is very high.
Australia is not expensive. Actually, it's pretty affordable.
It must have went down.
No, it's pretty affordable now. And the exchange rate's only like a 1%.
No, in terms of living there.
I'm saying, the minimum wage is $18 an hour. I mean, comparable to our country, it's cleaner. The people were actually really nice.
They have gun control.
The food was really good. I was walking down the street, and I was in King's Cross, and I said to myself, I don't see one blood or one Crip.
No, you're not going to
deep.
see that.
I like it here.
Yeah.
People were really friendly. Like I said, they were nice to me, and they
Isn't
don't really
everybody
see.
physically fit out there? Like just packs and packs of runners.
Listen, you don't understand Bondi Beach.
I do understand,
Did you
because
go
I
to
was
Bondi?
there last year. I went to like 3 or 4 different beaches.
There was one person on the beach, and he was with his girl. I'm assuming that was his girl, but I could have just went over and just licked him. He was fine as fuck.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And the people there are beautiful. Yeah. But the one thing I do want to complain about is there was a DJ. Her name was DJ Minx at Bondi Beach. She didn't know who Cardi B was.
Wow, that's a good and a bad thing to hear.
How so?
Because that means just Cardi still got some more work to do.
Of course she got work to do, but everybody knows who Cardi B is.
Well, obviously DJ Minx didn't.
She been a DJ for 14 years.
So you asked her to play some Cardi B, and she's like,
she
who is
said,
that?
well, what is that?
What is that?
Yeah, I had to put her on blast. I put her on my Instagram.
That's okay.
But shout out to the country of Australia from letting a nigga in and letting a nigga out.
That's hysterical.
I had a harder time getting back in the country than I did going out the country.
Why?
Because
You had a felony?
the girl at Customs recognized me. So as soon as I hit the corner, she was like whispering to her friend, and then they looking at me and then making their little faces, and then she gave me a hard time at the thing.
Oh, that's not a real legit reason. That means somebody was happy to see you.
No. London, when I was flying back from London, and the lady took my passport to go over and show other people my passport and then come back and tell me to follow her on Instagram, that was one thing. But this woman, she like wanted to tax on my property, and then I had to tell her it was a lot.
Got you.
Wow.
So I said to her, Godspeed.
Well, I haven't been out the country in a good minute, so it's long overdue.
Yeah, got to get your paper up. All right. So Melissa, what did you do this past week?
Well, it was Oscar weekend, so I ended up going to a party that Leah Daniels was throwing.
Did you go to that?
I almost went to
Because
that.
I wanted to go to that.
I almost went
What?
to that.
I DM'd Leah, by the way. Mm-hmm. I said I need to be on Stars or Empire.
Right.
I absolutely did. Did you not enjoy yourself?
No.
Why?
It looked like you was having fun.
I will always look like I'm having fun, even when I'm not. My dress was the bomb.
You looked amazing.
But it was just wasted.
Why was
Shout
that?
out to everybody at Ivan Baton Style House. I love you guys for keeping me laced, but seriously, that dress was actually an Australian dressmaker who I'm like obsessed with right now. And
you look good. I saw the picture.
Thank you. But
Why did you not enjoy yourself?
Well,
though?
first of all, because I was overdressed, straight up and down. That dress was like, should have been somewhere else. Okay. And I hate when that happens because I can never wear it again. So I'm going to have to do a photo shoot with this dress.
But I saw
because it was
Breezy.
fire.
I saw Breezy, who was here on the show.
As
She looked
Marie was
dressed
there,
up. and-
yeah.
I could have simplified shit. You know, that dress was just not called for
Was it
that
a good
particular
party
event.
though?
It was too packed. It was just too packed. It was at the District. I was really confused by that. The District is a restaurant here in Beverly Hills. I just was really confused by everything.
Was Lee Daniels there?
I didn't see Lee Daniels there, no.
Did you see Leah Daniels?
Oh, yeah, I saw Leah.
Did you talk to
Henry
Leah?
Butler
For
Daniels.
a couple of seconds.
Okay.
But it just was honestly, it was just a shit show, man. Everybody was trying to get in and it was just a lot. And I went upstairs and everybody's just bottlenecking towards the staircase to go upstairs. And I'm upstairs and I'm just like, people are stepping on my dress. I'm like, I got to get
over it.
And there was one bartender and 40 people lined up. I was like, this isn't going to work out for me.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
Because as soon as I feel stress, I need a cocktail.
Who'd you go with?
I was actually hanging out with Zendaya's father.
He's pretty cool.
He's awesome.
Now I'm gonna tell you when it's a good time to hang out with him. Go to Soho House and have breakfast. You'll be there for like 4 hours because he can talk like a motherfucker. But it's a fun breakfast. He's a fun person.
No, I know. He's like the homie.
How did you know? You know him?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
I know it's random. It seems
he's
random,
so
but
nice.
like he's the nicest guy ever.
Well, it tells you why she's nice.
Yeah, she's been
Says a
raised
lot.
right.
Yes.
She's been raised right. So I was hanging out with Zendaya's father, and then I was just like, yo, this isn't working for me. Let's go to Soho House. Closed. Boa. Closing. I was like, I just need a
I'm
drink.
going home.
I just need a drink.
And that's when you go to West Hollywood and find you in good old Abbey or the Chapel because it's gonna be open and it's
Yeah.
gonna be gay and it's gonna be drinks.
But the dress
too
and the
much
shoes.
for
I just
every-
needed to retire it all for the night.
Those gay boys would
They
have
would've-
carried you in there.
Oh, I know. They would have loved it. I would have been Miss Ross for the night, but no, I just decided to just call it a night, have one cocktail, go home and call it a night. Plus,
Side note: the last time we ended up at the Abbey, we ended up in a sex party.
did we?
The Lust Experience.
Oh, yes.
That sounds fun.
No.
Okay, all right. I digress.
We don't want to go down that road again.
So that was your Oscar weekend. I also saw you and Takari had been out there hitting that track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All I saw was your ass just running backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, you was getting it in. You do get it in when you do get it in.
And you went to the Lakers game. You guys look really good going to the Lakers game. I was like, where are these bitches going without me?
Bumped into my boy Jackie, I see.
Yeah. Oh, so funny. So funny. So Jackie Long, who was my co-star in Love for Sale, which is like a cult classic. People love this movie. It is unbelievable. So I just happened to be telling Takara the story about, the movie and how guys are in my DMs and want to deliver ribs to me and, the effect that it has on people and stuff like that. And literally an hour later, Jackie Long shows up in the suite that we're chilling in. I was like, oh my God, it's almost like I just called it into existence. So me and him start talking about, we should do a sequel. So we called up the director and writer of the movie like the next day and we were like, sequel. And he was like, I'm on it.
Nice.
What's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Jackie DM me talking about I need to holler at you about something and then never call me.
I hate when people do that shit.
Yeah.
Shout out Jackie.
I was like, when are you
man.
coming
That's
on
my
the
boy.
show, Jackie? He was like, I got a project I'm pushing, so I'll be there in a month. I'm like,
We got to tell him we had Mila Jan because he's been trying to fuck her for I don't know how long.
really?
Yeah.
Okay, well.
I was there for that.
I could have dangled her like a carrot then.
He said she's the one that he would marry.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, she's bomb.
She's everything.
I
Yes.
really love her. She's super dope.
I'm
super
sorry I missed
sexy.
that interview. Mila, you got to come back.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
Okay, so
she
Gia,
was.
what did you do? And please, for the sake of God, do not tell the viewers you were sitting in your apartment.
No, I'm not. I went to this. Oh, this fucking asshole. I went to this party, this Oscar party at Warwick. I forget the cause or who was throwing it, but it was fucking epic. Bumped into my ex-fiance.
Which one?
Her name's Leticia.
Why did you stutter?
Oh, because my mic went out. So bumped into her and stuff. Then ended up at the Vanity Fair party.
You did not go to Vanity Fair.
Absolutely did go to Vanity Fair.
Take pictures. I want to see pictures.
Wait.
Phone was there. Oh, shout out to
Let me tell
Gucci
you,
for my
if
my
I
suit.
go to Vanity Fair, that motherfucker gonna be all down my
phone
timeline.
was dead.
Oh, really?
But I absolutely
So
went to the
did you
Vanity
talk
Fair.
to Meryl and who did you talk to?
I talked to Issa.
Okay, so how'd that
Talked
go?
to Tippy, went
Let me text
splendid.
Issa and
Go
ask
ahead.
her what y'all
Go
talked
ahead.
about.
It was
Okay,
splendid. And then I'm fucking loud. I was not at the Vanity
right,
Fair
and
party.
I ain't got Issa's number. so we even.
No, I just went to this Warwick party, man. Got super drunk. I was with Seth, Hands of Fury, and I got super lit.
Why do you keep saying his name on the show? Does he do something for you? Because he ain't rubbed not one person on this show.
He's massaging him, I guess.
He's a good friend of mine. I support his business
does
and his
he-
company, and he's amazing at what he does.
So has he given you massages before?
When I had a crook in my neck, he helped my neck out a little bit.
Like, so were you laying on your
no,
back, your
I
stomach?
was sitting up, and my ex at the time was in the room, Jason.
I've heard of
Your ex,
I've heard
Jason?
of better threesomes than that.
Yeah. Then
There's actually a new movement now where boys want to have sexual relations with me and their girlfriend.
well, I'm definitely want to be part of that movement.
Weird. Which is so weird because what am I going to be doing? I'm not touching a vagina.
Yeah. Well, I received
And
some
neither are you.
great fucking news this weekend. I just booked a life-changing role that I cannot talk about, but that's why I'm so damn chipper today.
Well, I'm telling you right now, if you have to gain weight for it, you got to leave the show.
Oh, gosh. No, I don't have to gain weight. I actually have to lose weight, but it's a life-changing role. And then I end up randomly with Takara Monday night.
Nice. Where'd you guys go?
She
Ow.
came to my More Mondays at Hollywood Hookah.
Oh, Hollywood Unlocked, right.
mean,
Or,
Hollywood-
not Hollywood Unlocked, Hollywood Hookah.
Yeah,
Jesus
yeah.
bloody hell,
And
right.
we had a good goddamn time. You hear me?
That's amazing.
I love her. I love her little. She got the little Ike Turner cut now. Little Beatles cut, bowl cut.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I like that.
You said she has an Ike Turner
Yes,
haircut.
that's not
I
how
told
she's
her
to
that.
describe it.
Ike Turner or Tina Turner?
Ike Turner.
Wow. Hopefully she beats your ass when she sees this
She
show.
laughed her ass off.